The day of the interview felt like the most important day of my entire career. I woke up with my heart already racing. This wasn't just another meeting or presentation. This was the director-level position I'd been dreaming about for 3 long years. A promotion that would change everything. A $30,000 raise, full remote flexibility, and a leadership role managing 12 talented people. Every step of my career had been building toward this one moment. The interview was set for 2 p.m. sharp on Tuesday, and I had been preparing for weeks. I'd updated my portfolio until it practically gleamed, practiced my answers again and again, even hired a career coach to polish every word. My home office looked like a studio. My diplomas and awards hung perfectly behind me, my lighting balanced from 3 different angles, and my camera sat exactly at eye level. I had tested the microphone, the Wi-Fi, and even my posture in front of the screen. Nothing could go wrong. That Tuesday morning, I woke up early to do one last check. My laptop was fully charged, a backup one waiting nearby just in case. I even had a backup internet hotspot ready if the Wi-Fi failed. My professional navy blazer was laid out, along with 3 alternate options. My notes were neatly stacked inside labeled folders. I had a glass of water beside me, a couple of breath mints ready, and my chair perfectly centered to the camera. It all looked flawless. At 1:30 p.m., I changed into my blazer, touched up my makeup, checked my hair, and logged in early to make sure everything worked. The lighting? Perfect. Sound? Clear. Background? Professional and balanced. I even recorded a quick test clip to make sure I looked confident but approachable. Everything was exactly how I wanted it. And then, at 1:45, the doorbell rang. My heart skipped. I glanced at the clock, frowned, and checked my video doorbell feed. Standing there was my sister Jennifer, looking sweaty and impatient, and beside her, her 7-year-old son Mason, red-faced and restless. I opened the door in disbelief. "Jennifer, what are you doing here?" She brushed a strand of hair from her face and sighed. "We were in the neighborhood. Thought we'd stop by for a bit." I tried to keep my voice calm. "I have a really important interview in 15 minutes. I can't visit right now. We'll be quiet," she said quickly. "My car's overheating. Mason just needs to cool off inside." "You can wait at the coffee shop down the street," I offered. "Please, I really can't have anyone here right now." "It's too hot," she said, already stepping past me. Mason trailed after her, heading straight for the air conditioning vent. "Jennifer," I said, my voice rising, "this interview is critical. I've been preparing for weeks." She waved a hand. "Relax, we'll stay in the living room. You won't even know we're here. But my office opens into the living room. You'll be visible on camera." She looked unconcerned. "Then close the door." "It's glass, Jen. You'll still be visible and audible." She smiled lightly. "It's fine. Mason, sit on the couch with your tablet. Emma, it's just an interview. They won't care if your family's around." "They will care," I said sharply. "It's a director-level position. I need to appear professional." "You are professional," she said, rolling her eyes. "Stop being so uptight." I checked the clock again. 1:50. My stomach twisted. "Please, Jen, go to the coffee shop. I'll pay. Just give me an hour. Mason's already settled. We'll stay. Just do your interview." I pressed my lips together, walked into my office, and closed the glass door. Through it, I could see Jennifer scrolling on her phone and Mason playing on his tablet. I adjusted the camera angle so they wouldn't show behind me. Better, but not perfect. At 1:55, I logged into the call. 3 executives appeared. The VP of Operations, the head of HR, and my potential new boss. "Hello, Emma," the VP said with a friendly nod. "Thanks for joining us." "Thank you for the opportunity," I replied, smiling tightly. "We've reviewed your work. Very impressive," he said. "We'd love to hear your vision for the department." I began my carefully practiced answer, speaking confidently about growth strategies and leadership principles. Then, 30 seconds in, I heard it. "Mom, I'm bored," Mason whined from the living room. I raised my voice slightly to cover the noise. "As you can see in my portfolio." "Mom, my tablet died." I froze for half a second, then forced a smile. "I apologize. My nephew's visiting unexpectedly." "No problem," said the VP kindly. "Family happens," I continued, but then, Crash. The sound made all 3 executives jump. I turned to see my floor lamp knocked over, bulb shattered, Mason staring down at the wreckage. "Mason," Jennifer hissed. "Be careful." "I'm bored," he shouted. I muted the call, stood up and opened the door. "Jennifer, you need to leave. Now." "We can't," she said. "The car's still hot. Then take an Uber, or walk." "I don't care, just go." "You're overreacting," she said. "He's just a kid." "He's making me look completely unprofessional." "Please go," Jennifer shrugged, like I was the problem. "It's fine, just ignore us." Mason had wandered to my office door now, poking at my bookshelf and pulling books out. "Mason, stop. Don't touch those." "I'm bored," he repeated. "Then entertain yourself quietly," I snapped. "I can't." "Jennifer," I said through clenched teeth, "take him outside." "Just for 30 minutes. It's hot outside," she said again. "He needs to stay where it's cool." I stared at her. "I'm in the middle of a job interview." She gave a tiny shrug. "Then keep going." "We'll stay out of your way." Mason opened my filing cabinet next, scattering folders across the floor. "Mason, stop!" I lunged forward, grabbing them. He started crying. Loud, dramatic sobs that echoed through the room. The executives could clearly see it all through the glass. My heart sank. I unmuted. "I'm so sorry. Could I have just 5 minutes?" "We're on a tight timeline," HR said gently. "Can you continue?" I forced a nod, then muted again. "Jennifer," I hissed, "you need to leave. Wait outside, by the pool, anywhere, please." "You're being ridiculous," she said. "They said it's fine." "It's not fine," I shouted softly. "He's crying, my notes are ruined, this is humiliating." "He's 7. He's bored. You should have things for kids if you invite us." "I didn't invite you." She crossed her arms. "We needed somewhere to go, and I needed peace and quiet." Mason grabbed my water bottle and tipped it, spilling everything across my neatly organized notes. "Mason," I gasped, grabbing it back. "Look what you've done." "It was an accident," he said softly, tears streaming down his face. "You weren't even supposed to be in here." Jennifer stood. "Fine, we're leaving. Sorry for being such an inconvenience." "You are an inconvenience," I said, my voice shaking. "This was the most important interview of my career, and you completely sabotaged it." "Sabotaged?" "We just needed a place to cool off. You're acting like we committed a crime. You showed up uninvited during my interview, let your son destroy my office, and refused to leave. That's not helping, Jennifer. That's sabotaging." "He's a kid, Emma. You wouldn't understand." "I understand boundaries," I said coldly. "And respect." She grabbed Mason's hand. "Come on. Your aunt doesn't want us here." When they left, silence fell like a heavy weight. I looked around my ruined office, broken lamp, wet papers, folders everywhere. My stomach churned. I cleaned it all up quickly, rejoined the call, and said softly, "I'm so sorry for the interruption." "No problem," the VP said, though his tight smile said otherwise. We continued, but my answers stumbled. My notes were unreadable, my rhythm gone. I could feel the opportunity slipping through my fingers. The interview ended early. "We'll be in touch," they said, which everyone knows really means, "We've seen enough." I sat there in the wreckage of my office, the quiet, almost painful. My chest ached. I was certain I had just lost everything I'd worked for. Then, Wednesday morning, the email arrived. "Dear Emma, we're pleased to offer you the Director of Operations position." I read it 3 times to make sure I wasn't imagining it. They'd chosen me anyway, despite the chaos, despite Mason, despite everything. The raise, the remote work, the leadership position. It was all mine. I sat there stunned for a moment, then opened my laptop and began searching for apartments. Because if Jennifer thought she could show up at my home unannounced during crucial work moments and face no consequences, she was wrong. I needed a space where work stayed protected, where boundaries were respected, and where family couldn't just walk in and turn my career upside down. By Wednesday evening, I had toured 3 apartments. By Thursday, I'd applied for 2. By Friday, I was approved for a 1-bedroom across town, secured entry, concierge, no unannounced visitors. I signed the lease Saturday. Move-in date, 2 weeks, the same day I started the new position. A fresh start in every way, professionally and personally. I didn't tell my family I was moving. The move itself was quiet and simple. Professional movers. Labeled boxes, no drama. 2 weeks later, I was in my new apartment, furnished, organized, secure. I updated my address with my employer, my bank, and my insurance. I left my family with the old address. Tuesday evening, my phone rang. Jennifer, hey, Mason wants to see you. Can we come over? I'm busy. How about tomorrow? Also busy this weekend. Not available. Emma, what's going on? We haven't seen you in weeks. I've been busy with the new job. Right, the promotion. Congrats on that, by the way. Despite the chaos during your interview. She laughed like it was a fond memory, like she hadn't savaged a critical career moment. Thanks. So when... Can we visit? Mason misses you, and I want to see how you're celebrating the new position. I'm not having visitors right now. We're not visitors. We're family. Family that shows up uninvited during interviews and destroys my office. Oh, come on. That was weeks ago. You got the job anyway. No harm done. No harm. Jennifer Mason broke my lamp, spilled water on my documents, scattered my files, and cried loudly during the interview. You refused to leave despite me begging you. You said he needed entertainment while I was trying to save my career. He was bored. What was he supposed to do? Leave like I asked you to multiple times. We needed somewhere cool to stay, and I needed professional space. Your needs aren't more important than mine. I'm your sister. You're supposed to help me. Help doesn't include destroying my office during the job interview. I didn't destroy anything. Mason accidentally knocked over a lamp and pulled out files and spilled water and cried while you shrugged and said he needed entertainment. You're really still mad about that? I'm establishing boundaries about that. What boundaries? The kind where you don't get to visit my home anymore? Silence. You're not letting us visit, correct? Because of one bad afternoon. Because you showed up uninvited, ignored my clearly stated needs. Let your child destroy my workspace, and treated my career like an inconvenience to your schedule. That's insane. We're family. Family respects boundaries. You don't. Where are you living now anyway? I tried to stop by your place and some other people are living there. I moved. You moved when? 2 weeks ago. And you didn't tell me? No, why not? Because I don't want you showing up uninvited at my new place like you did at the old one. You're seriously not going to tell me where you live? Correct. What if there's an emergency? You have my phone number. Emma, this is ridiculous. You can't just cut us out because of one afternoon. I'm not cutting you out. I'm protecting my space. There's a difference. What about Mason? He wants to see his aunt. Mason can see me in public places with advance notice. Not in my home. You're punishing a 7-year-old. I'm establishing boundaries with a 34-year-old who brought their 7-year-old to my home during a scheduled interview and refused to leave, despite repeated requests. This is insane. This is consequences. You want to visit? You need to respect boundaries. Show up uninvited during work. You lose home access. I'll tell Mom, tell her. Maybe she'll understand boundaries better than you do. She hung up. Mom called an hour later. Emma. Jennifer says you won't let her visit your new apartment. That's correct. Why not? Because she showed up uninvited during my promotion interview and let Mason destroy my office. She said there was a small accident with a lamp. She minimized it. He broke a lamp, spilled water on documents, scattered files, and cried during the video call. She refused to leave. Said he needed entertainment while I was interviewing. Well, kids dog it bored, and adults doing important work deserve respect, which Jennifer didn't show. So you're punishing her by hiding where you live? I'm protecting my space by not sharing my address with someone who's proven they don't respect boundaries. That seems extreme. What's extreme is showing up during a scheduled interview and refusing to leave. She needed help. She needed to respect my time. She didn't. Now she doesn't get access to my home. You're being very cold about this. I'm being very clear about this. Boundaries matter. Respect matters. Professional space matters. Family should matter more. Family that respects me does matter. Family that treats my career as an inconvenience. Doesn't get home privileges. She's your sister, and I'm a person with a career who deserves basic respect, which I didn't get. Mom sighed. Fine. Be stubborn, but don't come crying to us when you need something. I won't need to. I have a promotion, a great apartment, and clear boundaries. She hung up. My new apartment is beautiful. 10th floor, city views, secure entry that requires a key fob and concierge approval. No one shows up unannounced. My home office is perfect. Professional background, no glass doors to the living room, soundproof walls. I've had 3 video meetings since moving in. All flawless. No broken lamps, no spilled water, no crying children, No sister shring about entertainment needs, just professional space, protected space. Last week, Jennifer texted, "Mason's birthday party is next month. Will you come or are we too unworthy for your presence now?" I replied, "I'll come at the venue with other guests. See you there." Public spaces, with boundaries, with witnesses, with other people to entertain Mason. But my home, my professional space, my sanctuary, that's mine. Funny how boundaries work when you enforce them with locked doors and undisclosed addresses. Funny how respect matters when career opportunities are on the line. Funny how a promotion and a new apartment can solve problems. That conversation couldn't. Jennifer wanted me to entertain Mason. Now she can entertain herself with the consequences, and I can work in peace.